Good afternoon. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones. To respect all in attendance, please refrain from moving to the stage to take photographs. Professional photographs will be available. For your convenience, and if necessary, during the ceremony, childcare is available downstairs in the Robertson Room. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Capitol Theater for the first annual commencement for the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences Master of Arts in Medical Sciences program. The processional, the students are walking down to the front doors and the processional will begin very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences ceremonial mace carried by Dr. Phil Maddox. The arrival of the mace marks the official opening of the commencement ceremony for the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences Master of Arts in Medical Sciences. We ask that you remain standing for the processional of faculty, the platform party, and the presentation of colors. Thank you.
Color guard, please post colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night. I'm so sorry. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Elder Washings of the Yakima Nation wanted to be here today for the blessing, but unfortunately had to attend out-of-town memorial services. We would like to thank Elder Washings and the Yakima Nation for their support of the MAMS program. Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and especially graduates. My name is Dr. Mark Taylor. As director of the Master of Arts in Medical Sciences program, I am humbled to stand before you on this very profound day. Today is an inaugural graduation and hooding ceremony for Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences. Today, we celebrate the accomplishment of Master of Arts in Medical Sciences graduates. Today is a day of achievement, a day of reflection, and a day to dream. Booker T. Washington, a noted American educator, explained that you measure the size of an accomplishment by the obstacles that had to be overcome to reach your goal. In this regard, faculty and staff have watched with admiration as you, graduates of the MANS program, have learned to put the past appropriately behind, to embrace the present, and to participate in creating the future. We have been further inspired as you, graduates of the MAMS program, have realized that collaboration, teamwork, and group success make individual achievement sweeter and more fulfilling. Helen Keller, the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Science degree, Bachelor of Arts degree, lamented, "Alone, we can do so very little. Together, we can do so much." We, faculty and staff, have also been renewed in hope as you, graduates of the MAMS program, are learning to hold dear, listen to, and respect diversity. Gene Roddenberry, the legendary creator of the Star Trek series, envisioned if humankind is to survive into the final frontier, it will have learned to take pleasure and delight in the essential differences between cultures. Thank you, graduates, for trusting us to be part of your life journey. Now, it is both a privilege and an honor to introduce the Provost and Chief Academic Officer of Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences, Dr. Edward Belsky.
Good morning, and congratulations to all of the students, the graduates, the faculty, and all the family members that are here today. As Provost of Pacific Northwest University, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty and the staff that are joined us today, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to this most significant occasion. I'd like to recognize some distinguished guests who are with us this morning. I ask that as you announce their names, they stand and remain standing until everybody is recognized. And I ask the audience to please hold applause until we're through with recognizing all of these individuals. So first is the representatives from our current Board of Trustees at Pacific Northwest University, and that includes our chairwoman, Dr. Catherine Potts, Drs. Daniel Dunbar, Karen Ireland, Vicky Ibarra, along with Maria Benavides, Priscilla Cadwell, Dennis Fulton, Karen Hyatt, Norm Johnson, and John Vornbrock. Other members of our platform party include Drs. Michael Lahr, our president. We've got Dr. Stephen Laird, the Dean of Students. Our MAMS faculty hooders, including Dr. Maxine Janis and Dr. Corwin King, Dr. Phil Maddox, and Dr. Thomas Miller. I'd also like to recognize and personally thank some very important individuals that have been instrumental in the MAMS program. This includes our state legislature representatives who have supported us along the way. They include Senators Curtis King, Jim Honeyford, Judy Warnick, Representative Bruce Chandler, Jeremy Defoe, Chris Corey, Gina Mossbrucker, Tom Dent, and Alex Ibarra, along with many other legislators across this whole state of Washington and in the Pacific Northwest. They are all deeply committed to our mission and in supporting our growth and the impact that we have. I also want to mention Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell and Representative Dan Newhouse for their support. Please recognize them, and then they can be seated. And now it's my honor to introduce again Dr. Catherine Potts, who's the chair of the Board of Trustees, to the podium. She's going to be followed by Gentile Rodriguez, who will deliver the MAMS Class of 2022 address. Congratulations, everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bilski. And what a great morning this is. Welcome, everybody. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's my privilege to welcome you all to the inaugural commencement ceremony of the Masters of Art in Medical Science at Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences. As a primary care physician, I know that healthcare in the 21st century needs compassionate, culturally aware professionals that not only represent the diverse population that they serve, but are also willing and committed to serve in underserved areas. Today, we celebrate 40 graduates from a program that has been specifically designed to recruit from the Northwest and from rural and underserved areas and provide students with a rigorous and supportive curriculum. Our graduates today demonstrate readiness for further education in the health professions or for employment within the healthcare field. Since the MAMS program started in 2012, approximately 90% of our graduates have applied to school for the health professions and have gained admission. And this year, the majority of this diverse class will be attending Pacific Northwest University College of Osteopathic Medicine. I know I speak for the entire Board of Trustees when I say how proud we are for what you have already accomplished and extend our best wishes for what lies ahead of you. Congratulations.
Now our class speaker, Daniel Rodriguez.
Good morning, distinguished peers, friends, family, esteemed guests, and faculty. We gather here all together to celebrate our achievement as the inaugural PNWU MAMS class of 2022. We have forged an enduring and indelible legacy, built on the foundations of our vision and diversity. A diversity defined by more than just our histories and ancestry, but our present complex identities and our developing destinies. Our collective experiences have been woven together by our MAMS adventure, motivated by our capacity to dream a better world, hearts set aflame by an unrelenting and untamed hope. Hope. The fuel keeping our hearts burning, the sun bursting through the clouds at the dawn, the thread that brought us together and holds us together. Some have said that nothing can be done without confidence and hope. Others have cautioned us to never lose infinite hope. Still another describes hope as a thing with feathers, perching in the soul, singing a continual tune without words. Looking out into the crowd, I see more than just you. Maruk, Jordan, Lynette, Scott, Mari Carmen. I see those who made a way for us and those who will make it here because of our trailblazing today. This is a monumental moment. I am proud of us. I'm proud of you. Let us remember the hope instilled in us by our ancestors, and may it swell and compel us to always honor those who came before us and all who will come after us. May we always protect our hope. May it never be stolen or extinguished. Let us fill the world with hope, and in that act, renew the hope that so passionately burns within us, a global, harmonizing, intangible song, an enduring, unrelenting flame, encompassing the compassion glowing in our hearts, bursting at dawn and shining ever brighter till the full light of day. Thank you.
Aniel, thank you for those inspiring words of hope. It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Each year, the graduation committee strives to identify an individual who can relate to our mission and purpose, as well as inspire the graduates. This year's selection was a natural fit, as our speaker embodies the mission and vision of PNWU and has a passion for the communities we serve. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Vicky Ybarra, Director of the Office of Innovation, Alignment, and Accountability for the Washington State Department of Children, Youth, and Families. Dr. Ybarra is also a member of the PNWU Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. It's great to be with you this morning. Congratulations and felicidades. You've come from around the Pacific Northwest and beyond to commit to this course of study on your journey to pursuing a career in healthcare. Bravo. A life of service in healthcare is at once noble, challenging, and rewarding. And most of all, it really is a life, not just a career. The conditions of health and access to quality health care are basic human rights that we know far too many people in rural and underserved communities in the Pacific Northwest don't have. Like you, I'm proud to support the mission of Pacific Northwest University to educate healthcare professionals for rural and medically underserved communities. I always emphasize both rural and medically underserved. Rural communities, we know, are often short of healthcare professionals, and underserved communities. Underserved communities are sometimes rural, but not always. They may include urban and suburban communities, often communities of color, low-income communities, tribal communities, and others, where health professionals of all kinds are in short supply. Educating healthcare professionals to serve these communities is the purpose of Pacific Northwest University, and I know it is this mission and the opportunity to serve that has drawn you to this place, to Pacific Northwest University, and to the Master of Arts in Medical Sciences program. Like many of you, I come from humble beginnings. My own mother didn't graduate from high school, and she raised my brothers and me mostly as a single mom. So although I learned early that I was good at school, finding my way to college was a real challenge. I started at community college and eventually found my way to nursing school. I am an old public health nurse. I spent most of my career, 21 years, right here in the Yakima Valley. I was a transplant from the West Side. I came here first as a nursing student, and after just 1 quarter, I was hooked. I fell in love with this place, the people, and the work. It didn't take long for me to recognize that here was a place I could make a difference. Here in the Valley, over the course of my early career, I grew programs and services for migrant farm workers and their families, home visiting programs, health promotion and prevention programs. I did home visits, supporting the health and well-being of pregnant women and families with young children. I built programs and teams. I built new clinics, and I served for a time on the school board. Eventually, I went back to school in midlife to get that PhD I'd always wanted, but all the while with a focus on disparities in health and equity in healthcare. From the beginning of my healthcare career, I've always been so struck by the fact that simply by demonstrating caring and respect, we may be invited into the lives of people who need healthcare and be allowed the privilege of helping. I've done home visits all over this valley. I remember doing a home visit on the edge of an asparagus field to dress the burn wound of an elderly woman, on the roof of a car at a fruit packing shed to check a blood pressure, and at 5 a.m. so a pregnant woman newly on insulin could get her medication before work. I've had the privilege of being present to provide care and comfort at the beginning of life and at its end, in the most joyous moments of family life and in moments of tragedy. The privilege of helping, that is what is so special about a career in healthcare. With all that you and I have been given, our compassion, our intellect, the chance to work hard and succeed in our education, and a pathway to service, I believe we have not only an opportunity, but an obligation to serve. To whom much is given, much is required. The opportunity to serve and make a difference in the health of an individual, a family, a community, truly is a great gift. So with that, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Pacific Northwest University, I congratulate you on your graduation and your accomplishments. I wish you success in your future health professions education and a long career of service in whatever community you choose. There truly is nothing more rewarding. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ybarra, for those words of wisdom. Now, as you are the first keynote speaker that the MAM's graduation ceremonies have had, we would like to present you with a token of our appreciation. If you would be so kind, Dr. Ybarra. It is now time to to recognize our graduates who are achieving a personal milestone by earning the Master of Arts in Medical Sciences degree. You have dedicated time, energy, and effort to the important achievement we are about to celebrate. You have had support from some special people in achieving your goal. Perhaps it was your spouse or significant other, your parents, your children, other family members, or very good friends. They were there for you, believed in you, and encouraged you in times of challenge. Graduates, before we award the degree that you have worked so very hard to earn, please stand and say thank you. Turn around and say thank you to everyone in the audience who has supported you during this educational endeavor. Please remain standing, students. It is also appropriate to give you, the MAMS graduates, an opportunity to thank another group of individuals who have been very important, namely the PNWU MAMS faculty and staff. These men and women were not only your teachers, your mentors, and your advisors, but in many cases, they have been your champions. They are among the key reasons for your success. I would ask at this time that the PNWU faculty and staff in the audience and on the stage, please stand. And everybody may be seated. Graduates, thank you for taking that moment to express humble gratitude. In a few moments, 40 graduates from the class of 2022 will receive a Master of Arts in Medical Sciences degree. Our graduates come from many different backgrounds with widely diverse interests, yet they all share some very common traits: intelligence, motivation, compassion, and perseverance. Dr. Lawler and Dr. Bilski, would you please join me at the lectern? Candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Medical Sciences, please stand. Chairman Potts, President Lawler, Provost Bilski, honored guests, families, and friends, based on the recommendation of the esteemed faculty, it is my pleasure and privilege as director of the MAMS program to present these candidates for conferral of the Master of Arts in Medical Sciences degree. These students exemplify dedication and perseverance, which are hallmarks of the values inherent in the field of medical sciences.
As Provost and Chief Academic Officer of the university, and upon a recommendation of the faculty and the Director of the MAMS program, Dr. Mark Taylor, I recommend these candidates for the degree of Masters of Arts in Medical Sciences. Congratulations.
By the authority vested in me by the Pacific Northwest University of Health Sciences Board of Trustees and by the State of Washington, I hereby confer upon you the degree, Master of Arts in Medical Sciences, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, class of 2022. Please be seated. As part of this tradition, four of your faculty have been selected to be your honorary hooders today. Dr. Maxine Janice, Adjunct MAMS Professor from Heritage University. Thank you, Dr. Janice. Dr. Corwin King, Adjunct MAMS Professor. Thank you, Dr. King. Dr. Phil Maddox, Associate Professor of Physiology at PNWU. Thank you, Dr. Maddox. Dr. Thomas Miller, Assistant Professor of Family Medicine. Thank you, Dr. Miller. It's time. Graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your diplomas.
Lynette Trueblood. Alejandra Perez. Mari Carmen Garcia Peña. Wais Siddiqui. Annalacia Glassen. Elena Granados. Han Lee. Cindy Nguyen. Kayla Epperly. Caitlin Banks. Carly Trogstad. Scott Brown. David Kim. Jordan King. Daniel Rodriguez. Benisha Robinson. Cynthia Acevedo. Milod Krami. Brian Pence. Michael Heese. Kiana Jones. Maruk Kadri. Daria Connor. Lauren Morgan. Joanne Campo. Kayla Hagman. Sage Chase. Rachel Simmons. Emily Nelson. Trevor Duncan. Andrew Hopper. James Okubo. Christian Pash. I would like also to mention the names of the members of the class of 2022 who are unable to be here today. Saba Ahmed. Mackenzie Hager. Leilani Leali'ee Shadeen. Arena Malik. Quashay Murray. Gagandeep Rai. And Atika Singh.
As we near the conclusion of today's ceremony, each MAMS graduate is encouraged to reflect upon 3 key tenets or thoughts. First, the essence of life is having a passion for living. The only true failure is never having tried to make a difference. Second, never compare yourself with another. Rather, compete to be the best you can be, and there will be no limit to what you may achieve. Third, always take the time to tell those whom you hold dear that you care about them, that you appreciate and value them, and that you love them. Nelson Mandela, a former president of South Africa and Nobel Prize winner, once stated it simply this way: good heads and good hearts, when combined, can change the world. MAMS graduates, congratulations. Be well, and best wishes for changing the world. This commencement ceremony will now stand adjourned. We ask that the audience remain seated until the marshals have led the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates from the floor. Thank you very much for the first and inaugural MAMS graduation ceremony.